Hi there, how's it going? Are you good? Great. Green? You feeling green? You like a bit of the green? You feeling red? Feeling hot? Maybe you're dying, that's what red refers to. Green, you could be sick. You could be sick, you could be envious. Right, so I've been asked a few times how I make music in the DMs on Instagram. Now, if somebody asks me, how do you make music? That's them typing. What am I supposed to reply to that? How, like, I put sounds together. So here we have, right, this is Google Earth. This is what I was just doing, because just bored, just bored, you know. And this is what I'm about to do. So this is in Norwich, and I was just sort of going along. Then I came over to here and saw this, and that made me laugh. Black Boys In. Have you ever heard of Hallmark holidays? Hallmark holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, are made by these guys so that they can sell their cards. So if you celebrate those, now you know why. Anyway, Control W gets rid of that, sort of. There we are. 2 tabs. So this is how I make music. The way you've got to do it is you get sounds and you put them together. So we're going to put together some sounds using FL Studio. You can use whatever you want. I use this because I know how it works. So if you need to know how to use FL Studio, I'm pretty sure there's tutorials out there. All you've got to do is go through them or, you know, start playing with it, which is what that's how I started. So yeah, get used to the software you're using, figure it out, know what does what, and you're pretty much sorted. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. Let's take that to about 11 o'clock, 10:30. I think I might just stick with one of these. And then we'll go for a snare. I'll probably change these at some point. Okay, so now that and that. That's pattern 1, put that there. And this is how it sounds. Not sure about that snare. That's a bit better. Hats, every 2. Turn the volume down. Wrong one. Turn the volume down. Alright, that can be our metronome. Bring down the tempo to 120. Slight bit of variation. And then... Alright, so far everything I've done is going to change. None of this is going to be the same in the final version of whatever track this is going to be. That always happens, always, 100% of the time. What we're doing here is basically constructing the foundation. Now what we'll do is maybe a melody. So what I'll do here is I'll load up Pigments. This is a plugin that I have. What I'm going to do with this, detach it, take it over to here. New preset. So now we'll create a sound. Now, if you're a beginner, you probably might not want to do this. You might want to stick to presets. I've been using this a while, so I'm going to make my own sound. Make something that I sort of like, knowing it's going to change eventually. Then again, I mean, there could be elements of it that I like, and I might not change those. I might just render it out and sort of save them. But I'm always going to keep in mind the fact that things will change, and I'm just going to do this anyway, regardless. Alright, so keyboard, MIDI keyboard, small tiny keyboard, blue tack with a piece of wire going through it. I'm not going to tell you what that's for, but right, and as you can hear, it's just a default sound. So yeah, if you're a beginner, you might want to stick to presets or maybe loops. But this is the basic difference between making music yourself, like properly making music as a producer, and making music as somebody that's starting out, and maybe using GarageBand, where, you know, you get to use loops, pre-made loops and sounds and stuff. So now the way I could do this is put a melody down before adjusting the knobs on this. That way I don't have to keep my finger on the keyboard whilst adjusting the knobs. So melodies begin around here to about there. Then we have other stuff. And then over here we have like drums and, you know, basic things. So let's say up to about 10. They can be blue. And then 20 plus. All right. Lawn green it is. And then the rest of it can be whatever. 60 to 65. These can be the send tracks. So that's for the reverbs and things. Make that a sort of violet. So what I can do is put a reverb on, say 60. And I've just got to send the sound from wherever it is over to there. Preferably a dry signal. And, you know, put a bit of reverb on it. And right then I just said, you know, but maybe you didn't know. So now you know. Right, let's put down a melody, piano roll, and it can be anything. It can be out of tune if you want. It'll all fall together in the end, and if it doesn't fit, it won't sound right. Now, if you want, you can do chords. Alright, we need to change this because it sounds like shite. Ooh, sounded like a car horn. Italian car horn. An 8-bit Italian car horn. Where's that Italian car horn again? Bring up the volume. Alright, I'm going to take this over to there. Then I'm going to put this right there so I can see what I go on. Low cuts. That's what it needs. Low cuts. AKA high pass. And I'll just do it with this. Sounds good for now. Could do with a bit more actually. And that there. That's about 248 hertz. Detach that. Bring that over to here so you can see. And take this. Found the frequency. Brought it down. Mute the hi-hats. What I'll do now, see these two? Both the same. One there, one there. Both pattern 4. Select them both. Control and G. That's grouped them both together. Double click. That's them. I've got an idea for the bass line in my head, so I'm going to try to do that. Okay, so all of that you've just watched is right here. And that is 51 gigabytes. Thought I'd take a short break, transferred everything from the memory card to the computer. Now we can continue. Major modification about to take place. And just for now, in fact what I'll do is just do this. That there is muting all of these. Let's try a little bit of diva. Alright, so here we have some bass. That is that vibrating. And the sub's not even loud. So there's an attack on the bass line, which is why you can't really hear the sidechain. bass is way too loud. I mean, that should have been obvious. I need to change that bass because that's naff. N-A-F-F. Keep it simple. Just need to change the bass a little bit. So what I've done is I've increased the release time on it. Alright, so I've made changes to the bass, but the octave is a little too low for you to hear, so I'm going to raise it a little bit. Multi-band compressor on the bass. So what I've been doing here is using my ears and my eyes together to sort out the bass. Alright, so this is what the bass was like before I added this. This has sorted out the levels between the high and the low frequencies. Pay attention to the bass lines. So the bass line, the volume of the bass line goes down as it goes along, but the difference between the two isn't as great with this enabled. Not sure what I'm going to do with this, but let's say this is part 1. I'll return to this at some point. See you in the next one.